And we should be live. Yes. Yes, we are live. Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this March meeting 2019 SCORA Sessions webinar. Um, Today, I am joined here by some members of the sessions team, and we are very, very happy to be with you and to present to you some of the sessions and some of the work that we will be presenting in a bit less than a week in Slovenia. So I should start with presenting the amazing people that are with me here today, and we'll start with Ahmed.
So, hello, beautiful people. My name is Ahmed, and I'm the Nora from Students for Global Health UK. I was a Laura in IFMS Iraq, and I'm super looking forward to see some familiar faces and some new ones this March meeting in the upcoming days. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anastasia. I come from Romania. I used to be Nora, and now I'm honored to be in this beautiful sessions team, and I cannot wait to meet you in Slovenia.
Hey everyone, I'm Yeva from Limsa, Lithuania. I'm the court Nora here. I'm very excited to meet you all in Slovenia, and I can't wait.
Hello everyone, I'm Mahdi from SSM Tunisia, and I'm the current local officer, and can't wait to see you during this March meeting.
Hello everyone, my name is Yora Shem. I'm from IFNC Egypt and I'm the DA.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura, or you can also call me Lalu. I come from IX Catalonia and I'm currently the General Assistant. And I can't wait to see you all in less than 1 week. And I'm super excited about the sessions.
Hello everyone, my name is Aglia, I am from Lithuania and currently I am SCORA Regional Assistant for Europe and of course super excited to meet everyone in Slovenia.
Hi everyone, I'm Steph and I'm the Regional Assistant for Asia Pacific, and of course me as well. I'm very excited to see you for the March meeting that's coming up extremely soon.
Okay, thank you all. So these members and others have worked really hard for the past 2 months almost to prepare the sessions that we will be having together in the March meeting. We have also prepared together a survival kit that we have shared with you both on our SCORA Facebook group, on the SCORA server, but it's also available on the SCORA database. You can go through it and actually go through the sessions and see what we have prepared for you. But this webinar is kind of an extra step to make sure that you are ready for the beautiful adventure you're embarking on. So during this webinar, not only we will discuss the SCORA sessions, but we will also try to discuss the general IFMSA agenda and what you should expect during the General Assembly. This year, both as IFMSA team of officials and both within SCORA, we tried to do a lot of new things and we tried to innovate so that those of you who have been to JAs before feel like there is something new waiting for them this time in Slovenia. And those of you who are coming for a first time, well, just get ready for a very beautiful adventure. So first of all, within SCORA, I think it's very important to kind of explain first how we internally work. So in SCORA, part of the international team that works, we work in different focus areas. These focus areas are gender-based violence, HIV and other STIs, maternal health and access to safe abortion, comprehensive sexuality education, and sexual orientation and gender identity. In order to kind of organize the work within our committee, we have 4 different programs. For these 4 different programs, we have program coordinators who are there to help you not only enroll your activities if you are doing them, but also to assist you with ideas or if you have any questions. These program coordinators, as you can see, are Wael from SSM Tunisia, who is the program coordinator for maternal health and access to safe abortion, Napur from AMSA Australia, who is the program coordinator for gender-based violence, Jose, who is the program coordinator for HIV and other STIs, and Fidan from Turkmesic, who is the program coordinator for realizing sexual and reproductive health and rights. Out of these four, three of them are actually part of the sessions team, and you will be meeting them in Slovenia. So use this opportunity to get to know them and to get to know a little bit more about their work. These three are Wael, Napur, and Fidan. We will also have a representative of the fourth program joining us. So a part of the SCORA program coordinators, we also have the SCORA international team that you might be a little familiar with, especially if you have attended one of the 3 regional meetings that we had so far. And Yara, would you like to present them?
Okay, hello everyone. I would like to present to you the SCORA international team. Our beloved Ehab, who is the director. We currently don't have the LRA. The general assistant, Lalu, me, the development assistant, Igle and Dario, regional assistants for Europe, Gian for Americas, and Stephanie for, sorry guys, I was running, Stephanie for Asia Pacific, and Dana for the EMR.
Yes, thank you, Yara. And Tadala.
And Tadala for the Africa.
Yes. The SCORA International team works very closely with the NORAs in all the different regions, tries to assist them with their projects, and tries to kind of like be a link between the SCORA director and all these different animals. So for the upcoming March meeting, many of the SCORA international team will be joining us. As you can see in this OLM, we will have Laura, Yara, Egle, and Stephanie joining us, but also Gian, our regional assistant for the Americas. So a part of the SCORA international team, we also have amazing people who have been working very, very hard with us on preparing the sessions for the upcoming March meeting, which are the rest of the SCORA Sessions team, which will be presented by Eva.
So as Ihab mentioned, there are 5 wonderful people on the SCORA Sessions team. So first of all, there's Ahmed, who is the coordinator and will be coming from UK. Also Shweta, she's not here today, but she's wonderful. And she's the coordinator in India. Anastasia, who is the former Nora from Romania, and Mahdi, who is the local officer in Tunisia. And finally myself, Yeva, and I come from Lithuania. And we can't wait to meet you.
Thank you so much, Eva. So during the March meeting, not only we have the SCORA sessions, but we also have a very, very, very packed agenda. But it's also a very interesting and exciting agenda. So as you can see, our general assemblies go on for 5 days. So arrival day would be on March the 1st, and departure day would be on March the 7th. So a part of the standing committee sessions, like I've said, we have 2 different regional sessions on day 1 and day 4. So the participants will be divided based on the region they come from, and it would also be an opportunity to have standing committee regional specific sessions. So for example, we will have a SCORA Europe session, a SCORA Africa session. We will develop more into this later on in the OLM. Our theme event for this General Assembly is gender in healthcare. So it's also related to the work that we do in SCORA, which is very exciting. The theme event will be on 2 different days. For the first part, we will have a panel on the 2nd. And for the second part, which will be March 3rd, we will have an actual debate discussing IFMSA's own reflections on gender and whether IFMSA is doing enough when it comes to gender equity and if it is really gender sensitive. So I would highly recommend you to attend these, not only because it's a topic that is related to our work, but also it's because it is very, very well prepared. We will be having extremely inspiring externals attending with us. A part of the theme event, we have new events this year that we are adding to our IFMSA GA agendas, which are the IFMSA French. If you are not familiar with an IFMSA French, then this is your opportunity to become familiar with an IFMSA French. It's kind of like an opportunity for members to showcase their talents and to showcase that They have other things that they can give they can give back to the community when it comes to expressing diversity. The call has been open and it has been closed, and I highly advise you to attend the event itself. The second new thing is the IFMSA Global Priorities side events. So the global priorities are a way for IFMSA to organize our work and to align what we are doing externally and internally. You can find a full list of the IFMSA Global Priorities side events in our survival kit, but we will also discuss later on in this webinar the IFMSA HR Global Priority event in details. A part of that, you can see that we have the plenaries, we have the training sessions, we have the joint sessions, we have the activities fair, we have the Rex Crossley Award. All of these would be extremely interesting to attend, and would kind of complement and make sure that you have the full experience of what an IFMSA GA is. So next up, we will, like I have said, we will discuss a little bit more about the Global Priority session. So Egle, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. So together with SCORA Sessions team, we have prepared a Global Priority side event on SCORA Global Priority of Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights. So basically, this event will be coordinated as a United Nations-based global health simulation plenary, where we will discuss universal healthcare coverage. We will work on a document on sexual and reproductive health and rights, which will be created beforehand by the facilitators. And then we will divide participants into groups who will have assigned real or created stakeholders. And they will have to discuss this document and add their interests as amendments into the statement. And the goal of this simulated plenary will be to adopt the policy commission with one of the facilitators acting as the chair of the plenary. And the link to register for this Global Priority side event has been shared with you on your emails, and we will be waiting to see you in the Global Priorities event.
Okay, thank you, Egle. Next up, we will talk a little bit more about the joint sessions that we're having. So, Laura?
Sure, thank you. So basically, the joint sessions are a chance to get to know members from different standing committees that maybe are interested in the same topics you are. So in the different cross-cutting areas we have in IFMSA, we can collaborate like even more, and joint sessions are a way to do so. So we are having 3 this time. So the first one, it's going to be about why is the LGBTQI+ community at risk in terms of mental health. Then we'll have a second one about discrimination addressed or not in the medical curricula. And then the last one, it's going to be within the exchanges standing committees, and we'll try to tackle how we can make pre-departure trainings and upon arrival trainings inclusive in regards of sexual orientation and gender identity.
Thank you, Laura. So as I have explained a little bit earlier, we will also have standing committee regional specific sessions for each of the regions we have in IFMSA, and Stephanie would develop a little bit more on this.
Yes, so there are 2 blocks in the agenda that are allocated to the regional sessions. And so some of this time will be spent with your region as a whole, including members of other standing committees. But between 1 and 1.5 hours of that time is allocated for you to spend with members of your region attending the SCORA sessions. So the purpose of the regional sessions are to give you important updates about things that are happening in your region in relation to SCORA, to discuss any issues that may be happening, and to collaborate on ways that you can move forward the work of SCORA in your region and talk about different activities or events that you might like to do together. So as I mentioned, there are 2 blocks to the regional sessions in the agenda. The first is on day 1 between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. and the second is on day 4 between 2 and 3:30 p.m. So your SCORA regional session will be at a different time depending on which region your NMO is from. So for example, my region in Asia Pacific will be having our regional SCORA session on day 1 between 10 and 11 a.m. And what we'll be doing is like a welcome and icebreakers. We'll be setting up a Q&A chat for the rest of the meeting. And then we'll be kind of focusing in on some issues that are important to different members in attending the sessions from the region. And hopefully we'll get a chance to discuss those further. So the EMR regional session is also happening at the same time from 10 until 11 on the first day. And what you'll be doing in your regional session is, again, a welcome and introduction and an update on the activities that are happening in your region, as well as setting the regional priorities for the rest of the term and setting up the SCORA EMR buddy system, and then ways to move forward and wrapping up. So the rest of the regional sessions are happening on the fourth day. The Africa regional session is happening from 2 until 3 p.m. And again, there's going to be welcome and update on activities. And then a lot of the time will be spent talking and discussing adolescent sexual and reproductive health and rights. The Americas region will be happening from 3 until 4 p.m. on the fourth day. And a lot of this time will be spent talking about the Femicide Regional Campaign and also right-wing politics and SRHR advocacy. And finally, the European Regional SCORA session will be from 2 until 3:30 p.m. on the fourth day. And most of this time will be spent on the maternal health hackathon. And I've been asked to say that the deadline to give input into this is today. And you can ask your Nora about that for more information, or you'll find the form to give input on the European Facebook page. And if you have any more questions about your regional sessions, you can ask your appropriate regional assistant for more information.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Next up, one of the things that we also do in our General Assemblies is adopting IFMSA's policy documents, and Ahmed will talk a little bit more about this.
Okay, so basically during this March meeting, we will be having one policy statement proposed, which is on comprehensive sexuality education, or CSE, and there will be some time allocated to discussing this policy statement basically, and other policy statements and position papers, and that will be on day 1, the 2nd of March, at around 5 p.m. And you can contribute by reviewing or criticizing these papers, and also give us your own input. And if you don't have much knowledge about policy statement and policy papers, you can just come along and participate in the discussion and learn more about it. And for the purpose of these sessions, participants are basically divided into small working groups, and each group will be assigned to one member of the sessions team, basically. And they will be working on a specific policy statement or position paper. However, if you feel like participating in another kind of paper or like policy statement, you can just rotate amongst groups, because that would not be the only policy statement proposed in the General Assembly. And after the discussion, basically, the coordinators or the people who are responsible for each group would gather their input that you guys would give us, and then propose it as amendments during plenaries, basically. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. So with that said, now we get to the part where we'll actually discuss what will happen in the SCORA sessions. So as you can see in the screen, we will be having SCORA sessions in every single day of the General Assembly. The times are a little bit different. So sometimes we will have evening sessions and sometimes we will have morning sessions. The duration of the sessions itself is also different. So make sure to be there on time and make sure to make the most out of it. This year, we decided to bring up some of the changes to our agenda itself. We took a lot from the input that you have sent us in the call of input, but we also made sure to take the input of the people who have been to SCORA sessions before in previous General Assemblies. Especially that many of our session team are people who actually were session team in previous SCORA sessions. So one of the things that we tried to do this year as a change is to actually work in theme days. So every single day will have a theme assigned to it. The themes, as you can see them in the screen, are written with the white background. So day one would be called SCORA is getting to know each other. Day two is SCORA is HIV and AIDS. Day three is SCORA is sexual orientation and gender identity. Day four is SCORA is you. And day five, SCORA is taking it forward. We will discuss a little bit further each of these theme days as we go with the webinar, but this was mainly done to ensure that every day you kind of leave a little bit more focused and you leave like with a very organized train of thought on what you have seen on that particular day. Another thing that we tried to add to our SCORA agenda this year is to make sure that we have more parallel sessions. So these parallel sessions are actually a way of us to deliver to the different level of experience that most of our participants come from. We know that some of the people that we will have in Slovenia are Noras or people who have been in SCORA for years, maybe even who have been in SCORA more than me. And we will have also people who have this as their very, very first IFMSA / SCORA experience. And we feel as SCORA Sessions team that we have the duty to actually deliver to every single one of you and to make sure that all of you leave satisfied and all of you feel like the sessions actually spoke to you and to your own level of experience. So what we tried to do is that, as you can see in the agenda, some on day one, basically, and on day five, we made sure that we have a lot of parallel sessions that are actually related to the level of experience of the people attending. We will go again more into details of these sessions when we go day by day. Another thing we tried to do this year is that taken the input that we have received from last year's sessions and from the way that the SCORA Exchange plenaries were held before, we made sure that our small working group for SCORA Exchange worked very hard and prepare a lot of amendments, and we have received amendments from you. And all of this will be discussed in the SCORA Exchange plenary. The coordinator of the SCORA Exchange small working group is Laura, and she will get the opportunity to discuss this a little bit further. Finally, we really wanted these sessions to speak to you. We wanted to have your voices within the sessions, and a way to ensure that is that the sessions team has a very diversified group of people. We have a regional representation. We have 4 regions within the sessions team. We have gender representation. So hopefully we try to have every single different perspective and incorporate it within the work that we have prepared for you. With that said, now we will go into actually go into the details of the sessions themselves and day by day. So day one, we will start by the welcome session. So the welcome session, I will kind of try to make sure that everyone feels comfortable, everyone feels welcomed, that we get to know each other, that we get to kind of go through the agenda together and kind of go through the different objectives that we have set as a sessions team, and what do we hope that you will leave the SCORA sessions with. After that, we will have 2 different parallel sessions. One is Intro 101 and one is Intro 202. As the names could suggest, these are sessions that would speak to different levels of experience. So maybe if this is your very first IFMSA experience, maybe you will go to the Intro 101. If you are in NORA or you've been to multiple GAs, then you will go to Intro 202. These sessions, not only they will address like how do we function within SCORA, but we will also try to address the different challenges that our members faced based on their background, and maybe go through some of the more advanced IFMSA / SCORA policies or opportunities within the 202 session. For day 2, as you can see right after I share my screen again, there we go. As you can see, it's a whole block that goes for 4 hours called Training on HIV. So this year we are very lucky that we will be joined by externals, which are our partners in AIDS Health Germany. they have prepared with us a training that will go through the different stages when it comes to the patient-doctor interactions that are related to HIV and that are related to getting the proper counseling, to getting the proper consultation, how to do an efficient and respectful sexual history taken. We have also made sure to include a lot of role play and a lot of situations where you will get to practice how the interactions between the patient and the doctor would go. This is a very kind of like hands-full session that will get you to practice, and that will get you to leave there with a very clear idea on what is the proper HIV healthcare that should be provided to all the patients back in your different animals. For day 3, we will have Anastasia speak about it.
Hello again. So I'm going to present you a little bit about the third day of our GA. As Lalu said before, you will have the joint sessions. So if you're interested in another standing committee, you're welcome to join one of the joint sessions that are proposed. Then when it comes to SCORA sessions, we have a session about queer theory, where you will have the chance to learn about the basics of what queer means. And you will also get to see an insight of the history narrative, let's say, of queer matters. So I think you will enjoy it. Then the other one is another session that we really love in SCORA, and it's called the Open Library. Here you have the chance to listen to a topic for 15 minutes and then to switch, to rotate, and to find about another subject. I think you will also enjoy the subjects that are proposed, and also that it will feel like a safe space for you to learn and to ask questions. And I really hope you will enjoy the sessions.
Thank you, Anastasia. And for day 4, Mahdi?
So day 4 is another wonderful day for SCORA. So you'll have the SCORA open space. It's a session created by you, for you. So during the session, we will discuss subjects that you will choose and then try to discuss more about it. Second, we will have the SCORA poster fair, and we will discuss it a little bit more during this webinar. And finally, we will have the LRA debate. So we will have 2 candidates during this LRA debate, Egle, the regional assistant for Europe, and Laura, the general assistant. So it's an opportunity for us and for you guys to ask questions and to get to know more our candidates.
Thank you, Mahdi. And day 5, Yeva?
Yeah, so as we've mentioned before, day 5 is a lot of parallel sessions as well. And the first block will focus on CSC, and how to CSC will provide information on tips, tricks, and positive experiences, and how to properly evaluate your CSC. We'll focus more on an advanced look towards evaluation methods that are specific to CSC. Afterwards, we will be working with a SCORA exchange, and building your SCORA exchange is pretty self-explanatory. We will be providing information regarding that. And the plenary will be presented just moments later, so I will not be going into detail. Afterwards, we will be going into the session that will focus on the power of our daily language. And finally, we will have one last serious session that will focus on how to build your campaign from scratch and how to achieve really, really good results. And afterwards, we will have the closing session where we will all say goodbye and take lots of pictures. Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. On day 5, it's also where we will have our SCORA Exchange Plenary of the Year. And we have the coordinator for the SCORA Exchange small working group, Laura, and she will talk a little bit more about it.
Thank you. So basically, what we will be doing in the SCORA Exchange Plenary is going through all the amendments that were made to the regulations and have been already shared, and we'll vote on them. So basically, all the information you need to check is in the SCORA database. So, sorry, in the SCORA database, you have some important links, and in the SCORA server, you have all the relevant information. So in case you haven't received this email, please reach out to the SCORA director or to me in the general assistant email, and I'll make sure you get it. So basically, the amendments are changes we proposed to the current regulations. So we really encourage you all to check them out in order to have fruitful discussions beforehand, as well as a smooth plenary, to make sure SCORA Exchange is actually gathering as much perspectives as possible. So if you have any question, any concern, any suggestion, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be super happy to help. And if you email the general assistant email, I'll be the one answering back. So I'm more than happy to do so. And also a very important thing is that in case you're not the NORA or the NORA elect in your NMO, but still you're the person representing your NMO's opinion in this plenary, we need to know that. So this is also included in the email, but you need to submit a document that says that your NMO allows you to do that. So all the details are in there. So make sure you check them out, and the deadline to send it to us is the 26th. So make sure you do it before the deadline so we can hear your opinion on the issues.
Okay, thank you, Laura. So next up is for those of you who are familiar with our GAs, you probably know what the SCORA condom fairies are. But if you are not, so what we do in SCORA every single GA is that we have our very own small competition, and the competition is that we want delegates to bring as many condoms as they can from their own countries. Then we will do the count and we will announce the winner of the condom contest, and it is the NMO who brought the most. Last year in the August meeting, Slovenia actually won the contest. This year they are hosting the March meeting. So I have a feeling that there will be a lot of condoms from Slovenia, but I think maybe we will kind of put them like out of the competition and see what other NMO could bring the biggest number of condoms. So what do we do with these condoms? Well, we have the SCORA condom fairies, which are volunteers from the sessions team who during the NFDP, which is the National Food and Drinking Party, which is one of the social events that happens in IFMSAGA, actually provide condoms for the participants who need them. This year, we are kind of rebranding our condom fairies to make them SCORA consent fairies. So not only will they be providing condoms, but also they would be discussing with everyone the importance of consent and going around making sure everyone is having fun, but everyone is very safe and feel comfortable and protected within our GA. So with that said, we move on to the next point, which is also something we're very proud to have this year, which is the SCORA Poster Fair, and it will be discussed by Egle.
Okay, so the SCORA Posters Fair is a chance for you to share the awesome work and projects that you do in your NMOs with a poster. You will be able to present it for everyone who is attending the SCORA sessions during allocated time on day 4 during the GA. And we encourage you to be creative, and truly, this is an amazing opportunity to present your work. What is important to know is that if you are interested in taking part in this, and if you want to show us your work, you have to register your activity. There is a link which you will find in all the channels that we use. And deadline for your submission of the activity is 22nd of February, which is this Friday. And if you have any more questions, you're also feel free to contact our SCORA Development Assistant, Yara, who can answer all additional questions.
Thank you, Egle. So again, since we're meeting very soon, we want to make sure that you bring everything you need for the SCORA sessions and for the GA. And this is why we would like to kind of have a reminder of what to bring. And it will be done by Stephanie. Stephanie?
Yes, so now that you've heard about what we're going to be doing during the SCORA sessions, you might be wondering, what do you need to bring to be prepared for them? And of course, the most important thing is yourself. but we do have a few other suggestions. Firstly, if you are signing up for the poster fair, make sure that you bring your poster. And as Ehab mentioned, make sure that you bring condoms so you can contribute to your country winning the prize, and more importantly, be promoting safe sex during the GA. Lots of people like to bring like little gifts to give their new friends that they've made, like a little something from your country. So you can bring like little chocolates or a key ring or something like that. Or lots of people bring like business cards or something with your contact information to give out to people. Make sure that you bring something to write with, like a computer or a notebook or something to take notes. You can bring your NMO t-shirt, and even more importantly, bring a red t-shirt or red clothes, because as Yeva mentioned, we like to take lots of photos, especially at the end on day 5, at the end of the sessions. If you don't have a red t-shirt, just bring the closest thing you have. Also, bring some ideas for energizers. We love energizers at IFMSA, and we want to make sure that everyone is feeling really refreshed and really enjoying the sessions at all times. So if you've got any good ideas, bring those with you. You can bring a camera to make sure that you can take some photos. Some other useful things that you might forget are like adapters for your electronic devices, because the sockets may be different in your own country. And bring a reusable drink bottle or a keep cup so that we can avoid single-use plastic and contribute to the GA being as sustainable as possible. And lastly, make sure you bring an open mind, because we really want to make sure that you're learning a lot and challenging yourself throughout the GA, and you take away some new ideas.
Thank you, Stephanie. And so now all we have left is to make sure that we stay in touch until then. So Ahmed will present the different MM19 SCORA communication channels.
Okay, so basically we've created a Facebook group, and I think everyone should have received an email with the link to the Facebook group, and I hope that you guys add yourself to it, because we've already started posting a few banners about what to expect during our SCORA sessions and what to bring and all that. And make sure to add yourselves or anyone you know who might be attending SCORA sessions this March meeting. We're also in the process of creating a WhatsApp group and adding everyone else who's attending to it as well. And also make sure to keep an eye on the SCORA server. If you haven't subscribed to that, just make sure to send an empty email to ifmsa/SCORA/subscribe. ifmsa/SCORA/subscribe at yahoogroups.com. Okay, and keep an eye for that for any upcoming opportunities, any updates, and any follow-ups from the SCORA sessions. That would be all.
Thank you, Ahmed. So that is everything that we wanted to discuss and we wanted to tell you before we get to the March meeting. So you had the opportunity to kind of like leave comments or questions within the YouTube channel. So I'll just, if you have any question, now is the time to type it. I'll give you like a nice minute. While you may or might not be typing your question, I just wanted to say that the SCORA Sessions team for this March meeting have been working extremely hard for the last couple of weeks. We are very, very, very excited to meet all of you. We are excited to present the sessions. We are excited to actually learn from you as well and get as much input as we can. And IFMSA General Assembly is one of the most beautiful experiences that you could actually have. Not only about the learning part and not only about the theme event, not only about the SCORA sessions, but it's also a place where you get to meet people from all around the world, where you get to make friends that actually you will end up talking to very, very often, and you will be surprised on how fast you get close to people and how fast you find yourself sharing a lot of happy moments with people. So we hope you're very, very excited for this. We hope you are as excited as we are. Do we have any questions, Ahmed?
So far, no, but I think because it's a bit delayed in YouTube,
Okay.
like in YouTube right now, it's Stephanie talking.
Okay. So I'm going to assume there will be no questions. If you actually have questions, feel free to write us, to email me or any member of the sessions team, or actually leave a comment in the March meeting SCORA Sessions Facebook group. We would love to help you and answer any of your questions. With that said, bring an open mind, bring an open heart, and we cannot wait to meet you in Slovenia. Thank you so much for attending this preparatory March meeting webinar, and see you very, very soon. Have a great night or great day, depends on where you are.